I mentioned in my last video on John 1:19-34 how John approaches the first part of his gospel like a court case, and he is bringing witnesses to the stand from all walks of life to testify who Jesus is according to the evidence they have. Today I'm in John 1:35-42, where Jesus is inviting his first disciples to follow him. In the previous passage, we heard from the most highly respected prophet of their day, John the Baptizer, who said many things about Jesus, concluding with, "He is the Son of God." John starts off this text with, "He is the Lamb of God," a clear reference to the lambs of Passover and the Day of Atonement. Jesus is the one who would cover their sins, something only God can do. John's two disciples, who were with him, begin to follow Jesus around, probably the result of curiosity, as well as respect for John, who pointed them to Jesus. Now, it seems a little odd to us, but Jesus turned around and asked them, "What do you want?" But Jesus is doing that so that the disciples will think through and say what their motive is, what they're doing, and why. They respond with a question of their own. Where are you staying? Which again seems odd to us, but in their culture that indicates they want time to question him, to investigate who he is, to examine any evidence he presents, and to find out for themselves what weight John the Baptizer's claims have. They've been listening to John after all. And of course they respect and trust John, but belief requires evidence and reason. Now Jesus invited them to come and see, which means he respected their desire for evidence and reason, and he was glad to answer their questions and assuage their doubts. You see, there's nothing wrong with doubts and questions that lead to more learning and greater understanding. So these two disciples spent all day with Jesus in what was no doubt a probing conversation. See, claims to messiahship were not taken lightly in that culture. There were a number who claimed messiahship. So, obviously we wish we knew what questions they asked and what answers Jesus gave. But what we are told is their conclusion. And what is the conclusion of these common laborers after spending a day grilling Jesus about his identity, his intentions, and his claims? Andrew, the one we're given a name for, says, "We have found the Messiah." Obviously they were convinced. So convinced that they started telling others, which we all know is a risky act of vulnerability. Such things were not said cavalierly. The section ends with Jesus giving a new name to Andrew's brother Simon. The point being made here is that Jesus displays prophetic knowledge and can see not only Simon Peter's personality and character, but also his future. This kind of display will be repeated when Jesus meets Nathanael. So the conclusion of John the Baptizer is that Jesus was the pre-existent God, the Son of God, and the Lamb of God. The conclusion of Andrew and the other disciple who is with him is that Jesus is the long-waited-for Messiah. So, let's discuss it.